Spider-Man, the continuation of Afrocentric. Spider-Man. Across the Spider-Verse. The latest buzz on social media platforms and YouTube. Starring Oscar Isaac, Shameik Moore, Hailee Steinfeld, Jake Johnson and Issa Rae, the film is scheduled to be released in the United States on June 2, 2023. The movie is in an exciting suit and a genius story. And it also includes top-class artists. What amazed me was that production companies like Sony, Marvel, and Columbia changed the direction of the white superhero and turned him into a black superhero. Not on a racist level that I mean, of course, but a message to the American collective consciousness. It is that everything can turn into a black hero. Marvel and the movies have a lot of black heroes. What is meant here is whether Spider-Man, in A New Revolution, is a continuation of the Afrocentric, or is it just a technical coincidence? Since this channel is Egyptian, this question was what bothered me. Especially, the ancestors of the Egyptians became black, and the current Egyptians have no origin, and Cleopatra VII was also black. I even found this on a social media platform. This is the current Egyptian president. That is why the messages addressed to the American community are becoming more and more clear, especially after the storming of the Capitol building. In fact, my vision is that American cinema is trying to consolidate unity among the people of the American nation after it began to suffer from major cracks. And this vision directed to society for the American alone is, in short, that blacks have superheroes just as whites also have superheroes, even at the expense of history and other nations. This is not an attack on the wonderful movie, of course, but a denunciation of the racism that Afrocentric does against Egyptians and their history on various social media platforms. And if American cinema has so much to offer the world, then why harm the civilization of Egypt and its people? What interests me is that only American blacks hold the idea that Egypt is their country and must be wrested from the Egyptians. And this is reflected in a Netflix documentary. In conclusion, if the American cinema created the Mujahideen against the Soviets and turned them into monsters for the sake of America and lost the wars in Vietnam, Iraq and Afghanistan and won these wars in cinema for the sake of America as well. This is not an excuse for an entire civilization like Egypt to be stolen in order to unify the American class, white and black, because you guys have great tools and ideas to get your message across, like this awesome movie, Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse. We recognize the charming African kings, heroes, and princesses here in Africa. Search well in history and you will find what Afrocentric satisfies, as they did in this movie, but Egypt don't.